Yeah, tonight is one of the harder parts of the job, and hard to make Christmas very good, but got to give them credit. They outplayed us just about in every fashion. They hit some shots, the three before halftime, and a couple of those threes. Again, give them credit. They made them. We didn't defend very well, but I thought the game was as average as we played. I thought we had a chance with, I don't know what it was, 9 minutes left. We're up 6. Shot clock down, and guy hits a big three. Give, Williams credit on that. Tough three. I thought Tom was decently guarding him. And then we came down, and my best free throw shooter gets fouled, and Cassius missed the one-on-one. And in that stretch, we missed, I think it was potentially 4 free throws. Tom had a layup, Kenny had a dunk, and we had 3 turnovers, one for a layup, and that was the game. I thought for us, even though he missed a lot of free throws, he's the best free throw shooter I have by far. I thought Cassius played exceptionally well, considering Williams is a very, very good player, and I thought for the most part, we defended him pretty well, kept him out of the paint, kept him off the foul line till the end. The other side of it, we got to the foul line 26 times. Just amazed at some of the guys that missed free throws. When I think of Eron Harris and Cassius Winston and Matt McQuaid, those are, in my mind, 85-90% shooters, and just happened to miss. So we missed, I think, 3 front ends of a 1-and-1. So you put all that together, and we're not good enough to beat teams when we're missing dunks and layups and free throws. But can't take nothing away from the effort that Northeastern gave. I thought they played harder. They out-rebounded us most of the night. Second half, we picked it up a little bit. It was a tough matchup. Nick had trouble guarding that ball screen because they had a good 5-man who could pick and pop and shoot. And that created some problems for us. And all in all, we just didn't play well enough. So, questions?
Tom, you kind of answered my question about Nick there in the final minutes. But Eron, you had next to you a lot in the final minutes. What was your decision on having him on the bench down the final stretch?
Didn't play well enough. There are things that you can see. You can see missed shots or this or that. There's a lot of things that you can't see. And, right now we're struggling with a couple guys that I think have to play well for us to win, Eron and Kenny. And, we're just not getting enough out of, especially Kenny. So I changed the lineup at halftime. It wasn't all good, all bad, but might change it again. I just was not satisfied with the toughness that we did not display, and that's never something that this program stands for. And right now we just have to learn how to play harder, I guess. But it wasn't our freshmen. I mean, Nick struggled because tough matchup. Josh and Cassius were okay, but some of our veterans got to play a little better if we're going to be any good.
Tom, for you as a coach, we saw you Thursday. You were excited. It was some of the best practices you had. Is that the most frustrating part, Tom? Practice goes well, you finally get practice, and then this?
Yeah, and like I said, it was nothing else besides, they got loose balls, we didn't. They made shots, we didn't. Layups and dunks, that's unexcusable. Just unexcusable. And then some of our best free throw shooters just missed some free throws. When you're up 6, you got a chance to really extend it, and we didn't do that. And credit goes to Bill and his team. They did a better job.
Obviously not the result you're looking for, but as you move forward, try to get healthier into conference play, what do you feel like you can take maybe 1 or 2 things out of this game?
I can take nothing out of this game personally. We didn't play well enough to win. Things I've been preaching all year, winning or losing some of those games we won or lost, I really have not been satisfied with the play of a couple of guys, have not been satisfied the upperclassmen, have not been satisfied with all, the toughness they play with. So what I can take out of it, we got to get much tougher. We got to play much harder. Teams can't come in here and shoot 50% from the three. But in fairness, that was, it gets misleading. You look at things and you see, you see a guy wide open in the corner, and you don't realize it's because of the ball screen and the lack of covering the ball screen the right way. So somebody had to help, and so somebody gets a wide open three. So it would be very hard to understand why I'm upset with some guys and not others. But I told my team, I thought Matt Van Dyke played hard. I thought Cassius Winston played hard. Tom and Langford were okay, but we had a lot of guys that just didn't play hard enough.
Tom, this game was coming after a 8 or so day layoff, I believe, and of course, finals did that.
No, don't even go there. It was, first of all, probably the same for them. I have no idea. Second of all, I was honest with you, like Hondo said. I thought our practices were great, but young teams have to learn to bring it. But again, it's not the young team that didn't bring it. It was some of the old team that didn't bring it, and we just didn't transfer from practice to game, and that's the way it is. And that's, we get out rebounded by a couple. Although, we were out rebounding them in the second half. We did a better job on that. We just, like I said, you can't miss dunks, layups, and free throws when you're limited already offensively, and we probably still scored enough points to win. If we make a few more dunks, layups, and free throws, we score 80 easy. It was our defense that let us down, the second shots, some of the effort-related things.
You talked about the ability to close out. That was something that you guys wanted to do on defense outside. I mean,
Yeah.
The guys that hit them were guys that the defenders knew they were going to shoot those.
Yeah, but like I said, if there was a ball screen, there was too late, and there was a ball screen, and guy didn't step up on a ball screen, so it looks like the defender didn't guard him in the corner, but it was the ball screen guy, not the defender. And so that's hard to explain to you. No insult intended, just hard to see. But I mean, the coach knows. So it's one of the issues we have with Nick. This was a tough game for him. He can be pretty good offensively, although that turnover was a tough turnover too. But he can be pretty good offensively. But you do got to play both ends of the court, and that's been a struggle. We've managed it with certain teams. This was a team that the Miller kid could pick and pop. The other kid could pick and roll. They put a speedster in there or a shooter, and it created some problems, and we were not able to overcome it.
It seemed like they did a good job getting back in transition as well to kind of slow you down at times too.
Yeah, they did a decent job, although, we had some layups in transition too and didn't make those. But I didn't think we ran as good as we could run, but in the first half they were shooting pretty good. So, and we weren't rebounding very good. So if you don't get clean rebounds, you don't get fast breaks. So that's the way it works.
So, Tom, where do you, obviously at some point you get Miles back, and that's a huge infusion into your lineup. But otherwise, the guy sitting next to you.
Miles in our lineup isn't going to change everything if certain guys don't start playing better. But
So, like Harris is a senior sitting next to you. What point?
Why are you concerned about Harris? He's sitting next to me because he didn't play very good, period. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't mean to jump you about it, but you want to know why he didn't guard. He didn't play very hard. He didn't play very smart. He took a couple bad shots, and he wasn't playing the way he has to play. So, if Harris doesn't do that this week, he won't be playing this week either. And if he does, he will. It's not all on Eron Harris, but seniors got to rise up. And I don't know. You want to make this a quarterback controversy, or what do we want to do? He didn't. I was as honest as I could be. He didn't play very good. So bring it up again, and I'll tell you the same damn thing.
Anything else, guys?
Come on, you can ask another question. He's a friend of mine. He asked me, to me, a loaded question, so I gave him a loaded answer. So you asked me another one. I'm good. Yeah.
I know it's maybe a small bright spot in this, but the way Cassius is playing, I know defense is a big concern for you with him.
Oh, no.
Have you seen that?
Cassius Winston played the best defense on our team today. His defense has improved enormously, and that's why I started in the second half. And I actually almost started my better defensive team. Tom would probably been in there with them. You might see some of that. I thought Josh Langford played better defensively the second half, but if you can't go to Nick, or you can't keep Nick in the game, I have some offensive limitations right now with some of those other forwards. Arns played better in some ways, but he struggled to rebound the ball. He gets one all night. And, part of that just size. I mean, 6'5" guy against a 6'9" guy. So, we're just going to have to try to do a better job and gang rebound. We got to get more rebounds from our wings. Harris did do a decent job rebounding the ball at times. Hey, we had a 6-point lead. We had everything going our way. They hit a big shot. If you look at that next 3 minutes, everything went wrong. It had nothing to do with Harris. It had nothing to do with this guy. We missed some free throws. We missed a dunk. We missed a dunk. We missed a layup. And we're not good enough to overcome those things. So it's nothing to do with anything except guys got to play better. We got to coach better. And give Northeastern a lot of credit because they made some tough shots. The one before halftime, guy right in his face. The one when we were 6 up, I thought Tom was pretty much there. Guy going left takes a shot. One of them in the corner was pretty contested, They made some plays. We didn't make some plays, and that was the difference.
I guess, you talked a lot about the practices the last few weeks. What do you want to do?
Last week.
What do you want to do between now and Wednesday with these guys?
Practice more, practice harder, practice more. Get guys to understand, take care of the ball a little better. We're getting a little better at that. Getting to the free throw line a little more. Getting in foul trouble. Getting in foul trouble a lot. We had a lot of guys in foul trouble, and we're trying to mix and match guys, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't do a very good job of that. Sometimes I'm running out of options, and it's frustrating, but we still had a chance to win the game, and we didn't do the things you need to close out the game. That has been a problem from this team. If we're 18 up, and cut it to 7. If they're 14 up, if we're 10 up in the first half, we're not able to sustain. Maybe it's us that are doing a bad job from the bench. Maybe we got certain lineups in there that it's just out of our control, and maybe we're not playing well enough. The guys that I think are better players than some of them are playing. So in a combination of things, we'll just keep trying to work forward and yeah, this was a setback. Guess what? I've had setbacks before. So now, spend Christmas here. Nothing wrong with that.